Um, so your final inspection is important because your OHA doesn't start until housing has certified that you've moved out, right? So there may be a couple days of crossover where you're like quote unquote paying out of pocket for the place. It is possible that we can time it or like ask the landlord, say you're moving in on a Monday, if they give you the keys on the Friday, if you transfer utilities and everything. That's a possibility as well. So you get like a couple days of moving without having to pay out of pocket. But the big thing is the paperwork from housing certifying that you got out of that house, because that's when your OHA starts. Does that make sense? Did you get all that?
No, so you froze up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it froze up. So I'll say it again real quick. It's important to have your final inspection scheduled, and it's possible that we can move you in on a Monday and get the keys by Friday if the landlord allows it. So that way you get the weekend to move your stuff and you don't pay out of pocket for more than a day or two. Because your OHA can't start until housing has you out of that house that you're living in right now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so just to cannot minimize. Okay, I gotta share my screen. So we'll do that. Let's see if this lets me. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna jump over here to this OHA calculator just so you can see it. You said E5?
Yes.
All right, so this is what you get in OHA, 2450. This is what you get in utility allowance, 966. So in your paycheck, you'll see these two numbers just added together, and it'll say BAH, but it's actually OHA plus utility. It's just how they pay us. It's weird. I don't get it. But the 966, this number fluctuates. It actually used to be 959, and about 2 weeks ago, they raised it $7. So cool. When you lease, this number is use or lose. It's not like in the States where we get BAH and you can get $1,500 and get a place for $1,000 and pocket the $500. Whatever is on your lease is what they're going to give you up to $2,450. If you find a place that's over $2,450 that you like, you're essentially paying out of pocket for that, but you still get this. So it's possible to pay for a higher rental place that you really like and still pocket money every month because you get this no matter what. They don't track your utility bills. We live out in town, and our utilities are about $350 to $400 per month, and I keep it pretty cold in the house. So if you subtract that off, there's over $500 left, and that either goes in your pocket or if you get a nicer place, can help offset that cost. Your this MIHA that you see down at the bottom, move-in housing allowance, that is a one-time allowance that they give you to cover like deposits. So utilities is based off the bedroom size. So typically GPA wants like a $300 or $400 deposit, and that helps cover that. Your expected move-in costs are typically the prorated rent for the month plus 1 month security deposit. So if you were to move in today, today's the 20th, and let's say you got a place for $2,500 just for easy math. So counting today, that's 11 days divided by 30 times 2,500. So you would have to come up with 916 plus your security deposit, 3,366. And then on the first, your 2,450 would be due. You can route advanced OHA chits through your command to get this money up front, or if they're slow, you can also go to Fleet and Family, to the Navy Marine Corps, and they can give you a short-term loan specifically for OHA move-in, and it just comes back when your paycheck comes back. After you get your lease, you start moving in, you submit all the paperwork. Housing is going to give you one final form that goes to your command, and they start your OHA, and it's pretty clear, pretty clean from that point on. Any questions on that part?
let's see. So, I'm trying to see this. The overseas the whole calculator you have. Where did There we go. Sorry, it was just real. The print was real small. So 2450. I knew that that's use or lose. The utility and all that. You said you glitched out a little bit. You said that is not use or lose.
Yeah, so you get this no matter what. So basically, in your paycheck, you're gonna see. Bring my calculator back up.
Oh yeah, like 46 minutes. Hold on.
So you'll see 3416 in your paycheck, and it'll say BAH, right? But it's actually OHA on your utilities. So as long as your utility bill is not almost $1,000, you pocket whatever's left over. Like I said, we have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,800 square feet, fairly new, but our bills are about $350 per month, so we pocket all that as well. And then this on the bottom is a one-time allowance for your deposits.
And the only other question I have is, you live out in town, so you're going underway and whatnot. I have other guys out who live out in town, so that you can't set up like auto pay on utilities or anything. Is that like standard across the island, or is that just the situation that they're in specifically?
So the utilities are billed, so you'll have a login. I think I know what they're asking. So you're asking how to pay the bill when you're gone?
Yes.
Yeah, you can set up an online profile. Your wife will be able to log in and pay the bill.
Okay. Because I know one thing I liked about being on base housing was peace of mind. I leave, she has to worry about doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like I had one guy who like I think he's up in Variegated Heights. He says he has to go into like for his water bill or some shit, go into a place and pay it every month. And I think that's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. He just needs to have someone show him how to set it up. I'll even show you real quick. Let's go to a new tab. What do you pay? So you get your bill, you get your account number, and you set it up just like a bank account. So, there's the one for one of our properties that we manage. You just click 140.91, click pay now. Takes 2 seconds with the credit card. So
okay, something that you're able to do easily while I'm underway.
Yeah, it's super easy. And
okay.
Like you literally just click pay. It's going to ask you, take you to the pay screen, and done. That easy. Pay with your credit card. And it's the same setup for GWA as well. You get a login. Okay, so back to, we're talking about this. Yeah, so whoever that guy is, just put him in touch with me and I'll show him how to set up his online pay so he doesn't have to go in, because, yeah, that's silly that he's doing that. All right, so from there, so let's say you make the decision today to start moving off base. The first step is to notify housing that you're thinking about it, because they're going to start working on your file. They'll give you a sheet and you'll set up your initial inspection. When you go look, we'll go over the lease with you as well, but we have to give housing a copy of the lease with you taking it in. They go over it with you, and then essentially they say good to go, even though it's pretty much the same lease every time. You can sign it. We send it over to the other landlord. Ooh, there's some feedback. What's going on there? And then you're good to go. It's like the same process as normal. Now, there's 2 types of houses that we could find. One that's been validated and one that hasn't. If they've been validated, that means housing's already inspected them, and you can essentially move in as soon as possible, as soon as we get all the paperwork done. If it's not validated, which is the majority of them, because validation is on an as available basis, then we set a date usually about 7 to 10 days out, and you take all that paperwork into housing. We have to get some stuff from the other office, like a map and some validation and their business license. Housing schedules an inspection, and they come out and inspect the house. As long as it passes, you can move in any day that day or beyond. If it fails, then it has to get fixed, and they usually have to come out and re-inspect. And it can fail for some silly things like light bulb out, plug, GFCI plug tripped and doesn't reset. Lots of little stuff like that that can easily be fixed, but may delay by a day. So after they inspect the house, they give us the piece of paper that says it's good to go. You finalize your lease paperwork. Everyone above 18 signs it. You go to their office, they sign it, the landlord signs it, collect move-in funds, and you can start your move-in. We also, with you, will walk around the property and do a move-in inspection to document all the things that we find to protect you on the back end. Does that make sense? Do we freeze again? Do we lose you
You
again?
froze up again there. Yeah, you said you personally would go around, or you guys would personally go around and do an inspection, help protect us on the back end.
Yep. So that's called the
to,
move-in inspection. We'll give you a copy of that. So when you move out, you have it, and you just verify that everything's the same. And there's a caveat in the lease that says for the military members, they have to return your deposit within 3 days of move out, minus any damages. So as long as everything's good to go, you would get your deposit back as well. I forgot to ask you, how long are you guys here for still?
It looking to be about 2 years. Because I'm not entirely sure the ship schedule, and we're on a boat that's on its way out. So
Yeah.
the schedule is 2 years, but it could be earlier.
Yeah. Key West getting old.
35 this month.
Dang, man. She's almost the same age as the Tenders. They were built in, I think, 70. They started laying the keels. So they're closer to 50, but 35 is old for a boat. All right, cool. So this is a pretty easy process. And then we also can help you with the move out as well. Bring over the boys and help you load up stuff. But the big things for your house is, since you have already have your household goods there, you're gonna have to move it yourself or hire DeWitt or one of the moving companies. There's also a possibility that you can get them to come do the manual labor, and they just pay like a set fee. But I recommend just having your buddies come over and help you haul everything out. Because if you kind of stage it to where it's ready the day/weekend that you're moving out, it goes pretty quick. And that way you can get in there and get the house cleaned behind you, get housing and inspect, and get your OHA started as soon as possible. Now, I'll send you our links and get you signed up on our site. But it's pretty straightforward. You can go on here and see an interactive version on a map of everything. And the reason why it has search Navy housing is because Route 4, you have kids?
Yes, one.
How old?
She's 5 months.
Okay, so not a problem, but for people with school-age children, Route 4 is the divider for Anderson and Navy schools. So we just have it set up so that you know. But you guys can pretty much pick wherever you want, because it's not going to affect you. So when you go through looking at the rentals, you'll see some of them that are like 4,400. They're trying to get 2 military members. But if you scroll down into these 25, 2,600, 2,450s, any of these we can show you immediately. Just let us know what you want to see. And we actually have an app that connects you to us as well. So if you start favoriting properties, we will know. So do you have a timeline of wanting to move out?
Well, right now, I said I'm back. We're on a stand down, but we still owe 2 months of deployment. So in about 2 weeks, we're going back out. So we'd probably be looking for January or February.
Okay.
That's probably the most realistic timeline.
Okay. Yeah, that's easy. Basically, we can keep chatting with your wife while you're gone. Feed her all this information too on paper so she can look over it. And then when you guys get back, go house hunting.
Yeah, I know we were. She was showing me I think it was this app yesterday or the website, and we went through and looked at a couple.
It's possible that we could get it done before you left, but it would be tight, and I don't want to stress you guys.
Yeah, I think it's just I like to be ahead of things, like take my time with it. It's part of why I was thinking. I like to think out in advance.
Yeah. So at least this way you have all the info now, and we can send you some stuff over on paper. Just kind of summarize what we talked about, so you have it in your hands. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. If you're not interested in buying, I'm not going to push you that way. You can make a little bit more money because you can actually get full entitlement on the OHA and pocket the residual.
Yeah, and I know a guy on the boat who did end up doing that. Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna do that because
Okay.
I know we're gonna head back to the States. We said in most likely 2 years, so that'll probably be a short duty thing.
Okay, cool, easy. We can actually also have preferred agents that we work with both in and out at every fleet concentration area around the country. So no matter where you go to, if you're thinking about buying at your next duty station, we can help you out, pair you with one of the people that we trust, that we've interviewed, and that sailors have worked with before. So something that we can help you out with on the back end.
All right, we'll definitely have to keep that in mind.
Cool. All right. Well, before we jump off, you got any other questions?
Not at the moment. I think you've done a pretty good job explaining. It seems like a lot easier process than I had in mind.
Yeah, just to summarize, when you start, you go to housing, tell them, they'll give you a packet of info with a checklist. You schedule your initial, and then your final is going to be based off, us finagling your move-in date and all that stuff. We go, you can start routing your chit. We go home searching, we find something, you get a lease. We'll go over it, submit it to housing with all the other paperwork. They schedule the inspection. Inspection passes. You start your move-in, bring your move-in funds, finalize all the lease. We do our own inspection, just you and I. And then, yeah, pretty much good to go after that. We have a guide that we made for the utilities. It's super easy. We give you the maps, locations, prices, websites, all that stuff. I'll even send it to you now so you can shoot it over to your buddy as well, because I think it tells you how to set up your online account. And, yeah, take care of everything for you. And I even got a truck and a trailer we can load up to help you move out.
All right, sounds awesome.
All right, brother. Yeah, so she has my number, and we already been WhatsApping. So anything you need, even while you're gone, man, part of the family. So I'm a submariner myself. So if you need anything, let us know.
All right, thank you.
All right, brother.
Have a good one.